Namaste. Tonight I'm going to read Volume 2, Book 2, Rudra Samhita, Part 3, Chapter 30, The Celebration of Parvati's Return in the Shiva Puran. Vakratunamākāya Suryakuti Sapaprabha Nidabeginam Guruveda Omekadantāya Vinu Vakratuntāya Vidra. Hari Om Tat Sat. Narada said, O Brahma, O dear, of great fortune you have the real vision and are blessed. This wonderful story was heard by me, thanks to your blessing. When Shiva returned to his mountain, O intelligent one, what did Parvati, all auspicious, do? And where did she go? Please tell me. Brahma said, O dear, listen with pleasure to what happened there. After when Shiva returned to his place, I shall mention it, remembering Shiva. Accompanied by her maids and assuming meaningful dress and features, she returned to her father's house, repeating the name of Lord Shiva. On hearing that Parvati was returning, Meena and Himavat excessively delighted, went ahead, seated in a divine vehicle. The chief priests, the citizens, the maids, the king's men, and also others accompanied them. All the brothers with Menaka, the eldest accompanied them, highly delighted and crying shouts of victory. The auspicious water pot was placed in the main highway, decorated with sandal paste, aguru, musk, and branches of trees and fruits. The priests, Brahmins, and sages, reciting the Vedas, dancing girls, all went ahead, seated on lofty elephants to receive her. All round stumps of plantain trees were fixed. Women, along with their sons and husbands, held lamps in their hands. Brahmins were shouting mantras, etc., in an auspicious voice. Various instruments were played. Conch shells were sounded. In the meantime, Parvati reached the outskirts of the city. Entering the city, she saw her parents again. On seeing the parents rushing at her, in their great delight, she gladly bowed to them along with her maids. They gave her their blessing and embraced her, saying, O darling, they shed tears in their excitement of love. Women near and dear, as also the wives of her brothers, embraced her closely with great pleasure. A great task has been well accomplished by you. It has saved the whole family. All of us are sanctified by your noble conduct. Praising her with these and similar words, they bowed to her with great delight. They worshipped her with sandal paste and sweet-scented flowers in great joy. At that time, the gods, seated in their aerial chariots in the sky, showered auspicious flowers, bowed to and eulogized her with hymns. Then the Brahmins and others joyfully took you within the city in a resplendent chariot. Then the Brahmins, the maids, and other women took her within the house with due honor. O great sage, ladies performed her ceremonial ablution. The Brahmins offered benedictions. Himavat and Menaka rejoiced much. Himavat considered his household life fruitful. A daughter is far better than an ignoble son. He praised you too, Narada, saying, Well done, well done. The Lord of the mountains gave monetary gifts to Brahmins and lords. He made the Brahmins recite auspicious hymns as part of the festivities. The parents delighted with their daughter. The brothers and the sisters gathered joyfully in the courtyard, O sage. The happy and delighted Himavat honored everyone. Then he went to the Ganga for his bath. In the meantime, Shiva, favorably disposed to his disciples and prone to divine sports, assumed the guise of a dancer and approached Menaka. He held the blowing horn in his left and the drum in his right. He wore a red cloth and had the wallet suspended behind his back. In the guise of a dancer with the skill of dancing and singing, he danced well and sang many songs in sweet voice. He blew the horn and played on the drum in very sweet tunes. Everything was very pleasant. All the citizens, men, women, children, and old folks assembled there to witness the performance. O sage, on hearing the sweet songs and seeing the delightful dance, the people entered into raptures of ecstasy. Parvati became unconscious. She saw Shiva's handsome form, bearing trident and other symbols before her. Vision. He had smeared the ashes all over his body. He was wearing a garland of bones. His face was beaming with his shining 3 eyes. He had the sacred thread of a serpent, exquisitely white in complexion. The handsome Lord Shiva, the friend of the distressed, the ocean of mercy, was repeating the words, "Choose the boon," or the bridegroom. On seeing him thus in her mind, she bowed to him. Mentally, she had chosen the boon when she had said, "Be my husband." And he had granted her the auspicious boon with pleasure and vanished. The mendicant now continued the dance. Meena, who was greatly delighted, took gems and jewels and gold vessels in order to give them to him. But the dancer did not accept the gifts. He requested for the hand of Parvati and began to dance and sing again. Meena was surprised on hearing his words, and she was furious. She rebuked the mendicant and wished to drive him out. In the meantime, the Lord of Mountains returned from the Ganga. He saw the mendicant in the human form in his courtyard. On hearing the details from Meena, he became very angry. He ordered his attendants to drive out the dancer. But, O excellent sage, none of them could push him out, as he was hot to the touch, like a blazing fire, and very brilliant. Oh dear. Then the mendicant, who was clever at diverse sports, showed his endless great power to that mountain. The mountain saw him immediately transmuted into the form of Vishnu, the four-armed, with crown earrings and yellow garment. Flowers, etc., which had been offered to the mace-bearing Lord Vishnu at the time of worship, he saw on the body and over the head of the mendicant. Then the Lord of Mountains saw the four-faced deity, the creator of worlds, red in color and reciting the Vedic hymns. Then the Lord of Mountains saw the form of the sun, the eye of the universe, much to his enthusiastic amazement. Then, O dear one, he saw him in the wonderful form of Shiva, accompanied by Parvati. He was smiling and shining beautifully. Then he saw him in the form of a mass of splendor of no specific shape. It was unsullied, free from peculiar attributes and desires. It was wonderfully formless. Thus he saw many forms and features there. He was surprised and delighted much. Then the chief of mendicants begged of Himavat and Meena the hand of Parvati as alms. He, the source of great enjoyment, did not accept anything else. The Lord of Mountains, deluded by Shiva's magic, did not accede to this request. The mendicant, too, did not take anything. He vanished from the scene. Then Himavat and Meena realized that Shiva had deceived them and gone to his abode. After some pondering, they developed a feeling of devotion to Shiva, who is the cause of salvation, the bestower of divine bliss. Footnotes. There are no footnotes in this chapter. Here in today's reading of the Shiva Puran. Om Prabhu Prananatham Vibhum Veshwanatham Jagannatanatham Saranantabhajan Bhuti Putam Boeshwaram Bhutanatham Shivam Shankaram Shambhu Meshana Vide Om Kapura Kauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendrahadam Sadavasantam Hridyar Vande Bhavam Bhavami Saitam Namami. Om Namah Parvati Pate, Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Hum Jum Sam Bhurubhuva Swam. Om Trambakam Vijamahe Sugandham Pushti Vardhanam. Urvarakam Vandhanat Mircha Moksha Mamratatum Swaha Bhuva Bhu Om Sahajom Hom Om. Om Tua Mata Chupita Tua Tua Bandusha Sakha Tua Vidya Dravinang Tua Tua Sarvam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.